always think about that third gear as like a passing gear. You use it to slow down a little bit getting in the corner, but then you jam that thing into third, and it really gives you power up off the corner.
9th place, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott in 10th in his first time here in a Cup car, Matt.
And Mike, it definitely has been a learning weekend for Chase Elliott. He does have some experience here in an ARCA car, but basically it's apples to oranges. And with the lack of track time this weekend, the education, he really had to revert to teammates, their setups, and also watching old video. Right now, though, he says the car much freer into the corner. He attributes that to the wind going down the front straightaway, but the car is great off turn 3, and that's been their biggest challenge all weekend.
Casey Kane closing in on Chase Elliott. We listened in on the rookie.
I like it pretty good. I think it's decent. Definitely tightening up as the rubber lays down. Yeah, 10-4.
4 laps to the competition caution.
Well, I think that's great news for 24 fans out there to hear him talk about how good the car is. They've struggled a little bit this weekend. And you talk about an education as a rookie, look who he's following, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin won this race as a rookie. So there's nobody better to follow than that guy right here as he gets a run off the tunnel turn. Levy gets loose, he's going to have him.
Put that front bumper up under the rear one, got him a little bit loose. Chase has a win here in the ARCA series back in 2013. He was one of our 15 winners that started up front here today.
And I really like to hear drivers when they say I'm good off of turn 3, watch that car, because that's where you want to be good, is off of turn 3 down that long front straightaway.
Now Chase never touched Denny Hamlin.
No, I think Chase's car looks pretty good through the tunnel, and it looked like Denny just didn't get through there quite as good. He may have gotten a little bit low, got a little bit of the bump on the apron, but then when Chase got close to him, the car stepped out, got a little bit loose just from that air that's coming off of the 24 car. It's taking a little air off the spoiler.
Yeah, a little bit of air, and then Mike, you can't help but know somebody's behind you, and you want to get back in that gas just a little bit quicker to try to get away from him. Sometimes that car will jump a little sideways with you.
For the second week. Well, I got to pull for Casey. I picked him as my Can-Am ride of the week, so you got to go. Matt?
Mike, Chase Elliott continues to impress. Strong run there near the top of the field, and the car much better, especially off the exit of turn 3, which we mentioned earlier was one area they wanted to focus on. It's just a little bit tight rolling with the brakes, but so far he said the car just continues to improve. And this bunch, like much of Hendrick Motorsports, racing with heavy hearts today. One of the all-time great characters and an original Rainbow Warrior, Mike the Captain Belden. He passed away, and all our thoughts and prayers go out to wife Karen. And Jeff, you spent many times the transporter driver and the original gas man on the 24. The captain, he was one of a kind.
Oh, he certainly was. Thank you for bringing that up. And yes, all of our thoughts and prayers out to the Belden family. The captain, he was a fixture in that 24 car back from 95 to about 2000. He always joked about the 355. He was a part of that team for 3 championships and 55 wins. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, lost the fight to cancer.
Yep. And Mike, we talk about the dominance of the Gibbs Toyotas this year. They won 8 out of 13 races. This time last year, Chevrolet had won 8 out of 13 races.
Wow.
So
Come back to Pocono, where Hendrick Motorsports has won 5 of the last 7 races. Chase Elliott in second is their highest placed driver right now. For a limited time, switch to Sprint, save 50% on most Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile rates. Go to sprint.com/network. Now coming up next, right after the Sprint Cup race here on FS1, high horsepower action continues. The NHRA rained out yesterday in New Hampshire. You'll see the New England Nationals at 3 p.m. Eastern only on FS1.
Explosion. Those engines are making, what are they making, like 5,000-6,000 horsepower?
No,
more than that?
7,000-8,000.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Crazy how it's evolved.
Hey, look, there's Awesome Bill
up on the hauler.
Not a bad thing, you know. Chase Elliott goes into that 24 car that has some good experience here, and you've got your dad, Bill Elliott, who's won here a bunch of times, to fall back on.
Let's listen in.
Versus teammates here on this restart.
14 drivers took the wave around to get back on the lead lap. Matt Kenseth with Kyle Busch, and they're going to fan out 3 and 4 wide. Chase Elliott to block. Circle gets the square. Here they go to turn 1.
Unfortunately, it was 3 against 2 with Carl Edwards going to take advantage and go to the inside of Jimmy Johnson. Whoa, but he slides up the racetrack. Good,
hang on, brother.
Stick. Look at this. Pass for the lead by Chase Elliott. Awesome move.
Yeah, he got the run, man, and he took advantage of it. Good job.
Left the Gibbs cars fighting side by side for second.
How impressive has this rookie been this year?
Tell you what I love about him, Jeff, is he didn't really take a lot of chances. That was a nice, clean pass. He got the lead. He doesn't take a lot of chances.
Well, he takes chances when it's worth taking chances. That's what I like. He's thinking about those and when to do it and when not to do it.
And he's driving away.
How in the world is Harvick already up to the 19? The 19 was passing for, what, 3rd place on the restart?
Twice a rookie has won at Pocono. Denny Hamlin, both times. He swept his rookie season.
This is such a tough, challenging racetrack. That's why you never see that, and how rare that was, and impressive of Denny Hamlin to win. Swept both races in his rookie season, which is incredible to me. This is not a track that bodes well for rookies because of the steep learning curve.
But, you know, we talk about what a great driver this young man is, and we know he is. But can you imagine stepping into the car that this guy beside me just stepped out of? I mean, what a golden opportunity. And what I love about Chase is he's taking advantage of it. He's not throwing it away. He's capitalizing on what he has here to work with.
And don't forget, he's won here. He came to run the ARCA race to get him some experience. Frankly, he brought a gun to a knife fight. He had a spectacular car, gave it his all, won the race.
2013, he did just that.
Matt?
And Mike, when I spoke with Chase Elliott, I said one of the biggest learning tools that he used for coming to Pocono for the Sprint Cup car was actually talking to teammate Jimmy Johnson, but also watching a lot of in-car video, especially some of Jeff's old in-car video. He said, I gained so much knowledge there. And by the way, he's making his 19th Sprint Cup start. 16 different winners have gone to victory lane for owner Rick Hendrick, but only one of those scored their first in Hendrick equipment right here at Pocono. One of the most colorful drivers ever, the late Tim Richmond. He did it 30 years ago Wednesday. Vince?
Currently running 5th.
Blowing the right front tire.
Amen. Amen.
Chase Elliott's in his 19th start. His Hall of Fame dad won his first race in his 116th Winston Cup start. Busch made a lot of inroads into Chase Elliott's lead, knocked it down to half a second, but the last 2 laps, Chase has picked it up.
Yeah, well, I think Kyle caught him, and then this is a pretty much a one-groove racetrack except for on those crazy restarts. And so when you catch somebody, it's really hard to find clean air to the outside or inside. And I think as Kyle caught him, he started getting into that wake. As well as the 24 car's really good in turn 3, which is a great place to be good. And he seemed, even though the 18 closes up on him, look at 2. Keselowski 3 wide. Whoa, watch out, it can get it loose down there. And yeah, really tough to pass, but that's why you want to take advantage of 2 cars running side by side. That's what Keselowski tried to do, but you also have to know who you're going up against. Like Kyle Larson, he's not going to lift. He's going to run the high side.
Oh, having Kyle Larson on the outside doesn't bother him a bit.
Just past halfway at Pocono, we wondered what would happen to Chase Elliott when one of those Gibbs cars came up to challenge. Kyle Busch got right to his door. Matt Kenseth looked in, and Elliott held them off, dropped to the bottom. They're going to try to make him the thread through the needle. That's not going to work because he goes up high. Leaves a lane open for Matt Kenseth, but then drives off the corner and drives away. It's time for our Fox NASCAR mid-race report as the Gibbs cars battle to get past. Jeff, I don't have to even ask who you're taking.
No, you don't, Mike. Of course I'm going with Chase Elliott. I mean, he's fending off the best in the business out there. 8 drivers have gotten their very first Sprint Cup victory with Hendrick Motorsports. Look for Chase Elliott to fend them off and do what most of us think is impossible to do at this tricky triangle, but I think Chase Elliott might just get his first victory here today.
Pitting, and here comes the leader, Chase Elliott. Matt?
Nice, easy entry. Look for a chassis adjustment here on the 24, trying to keep up with the race car.
On pit. Paul Menard pitted with a flat tire. He had a flat left side tire. He was 20th before pitting, and here comes the leader, Chase Elliott. Matt?
Nice, easy entry. Look for a chassis adjustment here on the 24, trying to keep up with the race car. Now, earlier, he was adjusting with the track bar adjuster inside the race car, just trying to get a little more free into that 24. Vince?
The 41 of Kurt Busch.
At the time of caution, you'll see the flashing light at the back.
Right back there, I think.
That's the pit road. Yep, there's your light for the caution closing pit road. Number of cars already making that entry, and they would have been past the commit line. It looks, from our view there.
I think this is perfect for the 24. I mean, they were in the box when the caution comes out. All they have to do is make it to the start-finish line, beat the leader at start-finish line. I mean, we've talked about the perfect storm happening. It's just happened for them.
Yeah.
Larry's burning up his calculator now with 88 laps, or rather 72 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the ones that made the green flag stop, but especially those pitting now, I think it's a one-stop race from here on out. But yeah, that was a perfect storm for several drivers that made their stop on the green and then got off pit road in front of the leader.
Yep. 70 laps to go in Pocono. There's Hall of Famer Bill Elliott with 5 wins on the Tricky Triangle. Second most all time, his son, the rookie point leader, Chase Elliott, leading this race. The Sprint Network, fastest, more reliable, with better coverage than ever.
It's all arrow. We could hurt them. They gain on us the other 2 corners, and then they get close, you know, and it hurts. It's hard to gain down there.
Just want you to know where their strong points are. Just remember, late in the race, if you got to get out of your comfort zone in a line to slow them down, that's what we got to do.
I love it.
Spotter Eddie DeHaan.
Yeah, Eddie, longtime
Pretty
spotter
good,
for
isn't
me
he?
as well. Doing a great job, giving the rookie some great information. Chase is doing an awesome job on track, you know, with this race car and this tricky racetrack, and battling some incredible veterans out there also.
You saw Bill Elliott on top of the truck over there. Chase's dad. That's as nervous as you'll ever see him.
Right there. Yep.
That's it.
High
He's
swatter.
a cool cat.
Notice he's not wearing a headset.
No,
He's
he
not
isn't.
in
I
contact
noticed
with
that.
his son. Here's a nationwide. We'll have 34 lead lap cars to take the green with 69 to go.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go.
Boy, you're looking to the inside.
Whoa, contact. Ryan Blaney.
Casey
Underneath
Mears.
Casey Mears, yeah.
Castle and Stewart in the garage. Patrick continues with damage. Chase Elliott trying to hold off Matt Kenseth, and look at all the hungry hounds behind them.
Tell you, Chase Elliott hits those
Look at
restarts
Pocono.
perfect.
Whoa.
From the outside lane to the inside lane. I didn't think there was enough room to even do that.
There isn't.
We've seen that before from him. That
There's not enough
elevator
room.
move,
You just make
top
room.
to bottom.
Yeah, you just make some room. I'm coming through. Thank you.
And he's a great restarter because of that.
tell
As
you
well
that,
as this 41, Kurt Busch, another great restarter as well.
That 24 is impressing me. His restarts have been right on. I mean, he gets a great jump on the start here and takes advantage of it. You can see that Leedy gets here coming to into the third turn.
To follow that up, DW, I really like his second gear. Whatever gear he's using to take off on these restarts, it's really giving him a nice launch, and then he can start controlling the restart on the lanes. Looking behind him as Dale Jr. gets loose off of turn 3, almost gets the back end into the wall.
Yeah, a little tail happy there off 3.
He knows he's got Kyle Busch behind him. I got to hold him.
Sprint Cup start number 19 for Chase Elliott. And he's led more laps today than in all those previous starts combined.
I tell you, the last time by, it was as fast a lap as I'd seen for quite a while. A 51.12 on the 24 car. That's fast.
He has a super fast short run car here, DW, and I'm curious to see if they made some adjustments on that 24 car in that last stop. He's out front in clean air, obviously, but we saw the last time where the 20 and the 18 were able to run him down. But right now, he's putting some great laps together. Here's a battle
The drivers that Alan Gustafson won with here in Sprint Cup, and trying to add another one here with Chase Elliott. What's impressed you the most about his run today here at Pocono, especially with so much limited track time?
Yeah, I think the weather conditions, were fairly tough on us. Chase not having a lot of laps here and anything, and no laps in a Sprint Cup car. So, to lead the race like he's doing is an amazing thing. He's a great talent. I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you. He's really good, and it doesn't take him long to pick things up. So, car's been pretty good. He's been doing a great job. I think the 20 maybe is a slight bit better than us, but if we can get him packed back in traffic, that helps us out a little bit.
And with these caution flag laps, they are now good to go on one more stop.
54 laps to go. Chase Elliott has led the most laps so far, 38. Let's get our Ford Performance driver update.
With that aero package you're going to Michigan with in the Sprint Cup cars, oh me.
What's that, the no downforce package?
No downforce. That's it.
Lesser downforce for sure. Green flag. Chase Elliott pulling Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch in the middle, Logano on the bottom.
It's going to get ugly.
Watch the 19. He's had issues carrying too much speed into turn 1, getting on the splitter.
4 wide.
Wow.
Becomes 2 wide.
Not that time. He got it down.
Man, they sorted out, but just barely. And look how that 24 jumps out there. I mean, he is long gone on these restarts.
He's been incredible on these restarts. And so is this guy, the 41 of Kurt Busch.
Yeah, he's going to get after him here, but that 24 gets a nice gap between he and second place.
Look at this, DW.
Restart.
Dale Jr. creeping into the picture here.
Here, pick the bottom of the 4, 1 back.
How about
Here's the 48.
These Henry cars pretty stout today, guys. They got Chase leading, Earnhardt third, Jimmy Johnson fourth. Where's the 5 at? He's in the hunt here. He's 13th. Casey Kane. Nice run by these guys.
Newman and Larson peel out from the crowd. Larson goes way down to the basement and back.
I think Logano's still a little wounded, that car is, but he's coming a long way. I'll tell you one thing, watch him get ready to go here. He's got right behind Kevin Harvick. I don't know how you call this. I don't even know what you call it.
7 wide.
I don't even know what you call it.
Wait for the caution and we'll have replays.
5
that time
wide.
it didn't work out for Logano. He got in the middle, 3 wide. Watch him get loose here if he's not careful.
He took a big hit.
That one group was 5 wide into the corner. And that's what happens when you have 32 cars on the lead lap this late in the race.
Every restart, I feel like we see Chase Elliott take off and Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson side by side going into the tunnel turn.
Yeah, Kurt was able to get by Jimmy there. That'll help Kurt maybe catch the 24 Chase, but I don't know. That 24 is stout.
7th place here.
And here's another Hendrick car starting to work their way up there. Casey Kane.
Mike, you cannot coast around this racetrack. You can't make it. If you run out of gas over on the front, you're done.
No, but those caution laps, they can save a lot of fuel.
And by the way, you can't get pushed on the last lap either.
Matt?
And the 24 is in. Look for a chassis adjustment. The car much tighter this run, but Chase thinks it's more due to the heat cycles that have gone through these tires. Jamie.
It's been a great day for Jimmy Johnson, running top 3, a 3-time winner here. The call was to pit 4 tires. Vince?
And for the 41 of Kurt Busch, pitted running second. The car's been just a tick free throughout the course of the day, but it has been good. It's going to be a 4-tire change for the 41 of Kurt Busch.
Man, Advance Auto Parts race off pit road is not going to play to Chase Elliott's favor.
No, sir.
Because a lot of drivers took no tires or 2 tires.
Who's that coming off pit road first? Are you kidding me? The
Up 15 spots.
Martin Truex Jr.
Oh, God.
Where did he come from?
He just got here from Charlotte. He got here a little.
Green flag. Ty Dillon. Casey Mears fighting for the lead.
4 wide. Jimmy Johnson goes the far inside. Junior goes up the middle. That's older tires versus newer tires right there. It even plays out in the restarts. Chase Elliott getting a great restart to the outside. Look at this.
He's going somewhere.
Jimmy Johnson's coming around.
Oh, no.
And he almost saved it.
Oh, he did.
He did save it.
Yeah, but big impact to the inside wall.
I think he did hit the wall.
Oh, he hit it hard. The left front. Caution's out.
Caution, got on the inside wall.
How many times have we seen cars get arrow loose down here in the corner when somebody up beside of them or behind them?
When DW, to me, that is the effects of the smaller spoiler, less down. wow, have we seen some wild restarts here at Pocono. And now we've got teammates of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Chase Elliott on the front row for this restart, as well as some on older tires mixed in right behind them. It's going to make it even more interesting.
Yeah, big props if you could win the sponsors race.
Well,
in the
yes,
Axalta car. That would be a big props, wouldn't it?
Jeff, we know he has the skill to win this race. Does he have the experience to hold off all these drivers that are trying to beat him?
Who needs experience? he's got the will. He's got a great race car, a great race team, and he's got the skill. I mean, I'm telling you, he has impressed me. I would never know that this is a rookie, not just this weekend, all year long. Both of those cars are really good on short runs. I think it's going to make for this restart to be extremely interesting.
If he nails that restart like we've seen him do, game over.
Oh, we'll see. Larry.
Mac, not a question about experience, but it's about whether they have enough fuel. Alan Gustafson told Chase Elliott when Chase inquired about how much fuel are they looking at for their situation under the last restart. Save as much as you can under caution, go as hard as you can under the green. Under this caution, he told him max save, which means shutting it off and coasting as much as possible, trying to make it to the finish.
I know how you could save a lot of fuel. Draft that 88. If you had a car, you know, had a really good car and you want to try to make it on fuel, let that other guy go out there and break the air and you just going to be a caution.
The way it's been looking, DW, I'm with you on the caution.
In the last 20 laps, we've had 4 caution flags. Yeah. Let's try it again. 33 to go.
Boy, I tell you, Chase Elliott's car has just been taking off on these starts.
That 24
He's
is
side by
nailing
side right there with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Jr.'s not going to give it to him. He's going to make him earn it.
Casey Mears there 4th without new
Kurt
tires.
Busch.
Here comes Kurt.
He's going to have to get up in front of him.
Yikes,
Watch
be careful, kid, be careful.
Logano pokes out in the second pack. Inside.
I'm shocked that the 41 was not able to get inside the 24 right there. Oh, look at this. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Look at this move. Watch out for Kurt Busch. Yeah, he's going to come to the inside. He took advantage of that.
Yeah, he's going to pay for that.
He's going to get by Junior here as well.
41 had such a run over the tunnel that Chase.
Now Chase is going to have to do the same thing. Take advantage of these cars running side by side. Watch this. Watch this run. The 24 is going to get down the front straightaway, possibly go by both of them.
The opportunist, Kurt Busch, trying to get to the lead.
Yeah, he's not close enough. He's just not quite there. I think the advantage is to the 41 of Kurt Busch here. Great move.
You know, I can hear somebody cheering really, really loud.
And
I think it's Tony Gibson.
Kurt's crew chief under a 1-race suspension from lug nut not tight to the wheel at the end of last week's race. Remember, Kurt Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. both winless this year so far, both trying to make the chase with a win.
I like where the 24, I know he's been leading a lot, but he can save a lot of fuel right there where he's running right now.
And here comes Keselowski. Vince?
If it's possible that the 41 of Kurt Busch has kind of actually run under the radar this season. I mean, he scored the second most amount of points, but because he doesn't have a win, a lot of people have looked
with a win and lock their place in the chase for the Sprint Cup. Chase Elliott has led the most laps in this race. Currently, he is third, 2 seconds back of the lead, Matt.
Mike, Alan Gustafson told Chase Elliott, you need to let off a little earlier. We need to save fuel. The last couple laps, he is about 4/10 to 5/10 a lap slower. More conversation between driver and crew chief.
How about him? Is he short or no?
Yes, sir. Everyone is. Everyone is. Even the 2 in front of you. It's going to be a game where who can go the fastest and save the most.
Wow. Go the fastest and save the most. Now we're going to hear from the leaders, Kurt Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
41 needs to save to make it. We do not. Go get him.
Wow.
About 5 back. They told him he don't have to save anymore, so just keep your lead.
Wow, Dale Jr. is just going to push Kurt Busch out. Oh, look at this, a run by the 2 car. Starting to put the pressure on the 24. That's Chase Elliott trying to save fuel, and the 2 car wanting to just push him out there.
Now, of course, all this assumes we go to lap 160 and only lap 160.
Well, I'm going to take a look at old Larry Mack's trends of the race, and I'm looking at the last 4 June races here. Reason just the last 4, that's when we made the transition to 500 miles to 400 miles. But the last caution flag in our last 4 June races comes average with 12 laps to go. Now, overtime. We have only had 2 overtimes in the last 15 June races. You have to go all the way back to 2010 and 2005. So normally, on the norm, we don't get an overtime here.
I'll tell you, one of the craziest finishes I've ever been a part of here at Pocono was last August, I believe.
Keselowski in 4th. Here's his radio.
I'm trying, bud. I know you are. You got no issues out back. We get by that 24, the car will take off.
What he's saying is, I'm trying to get around. They told him to go, and he's trying to go, but he can't get around the 24.
Yeah, this is not Brad Keselowski trying to save fuel. This is him trying to pass at 24. And 24 is doing everything he can to save a little, but keep the 2 behind him. That could be the race for the win if these 2 in front, Dale Jr. and Kurt Busch, pushed too hard and used up too much fuel.
Well, the lap times have just not slowed that much. I mean, that's right about what we've been running in the 52, 30, 40 range. That's what they're running right now.
We get inside about 2 or 3 to go. Watch those lap times drop.
Well,
DW.
just that time by, Jeff. 52.93 on our leader. Now that's backed off, right? That's slowing down right there.
And Mike, a combo agenda for Chase Elliott in the 24. Alan Gustafson told him, continue to save, save, save. Chase continues to go slower, almost 0.8 of a second slower than he was about 15 minutes ago. Also, Alan said, whatever you do, try to keep the 2 in your mirror.
So we've gone from how fast can you go to how slow can you go.
Well, how slow can you do and keep the 2 behind you? That's a tough one.
All right, Dale Jr.'s radio.
What do I do? Go to 2? Yeah, go to 2 now. Just 2 now. All right. Just saying, it hasn't sold yet, obviously.
To plan 2, I'm not exactly sure what that is.
No, I don't either.
And you know, we heard the 24 talking about save fuel, save fuel. I think what he's doing, he's lifting early, allowing the 2 car to get to him, and he might actually get a run on him right here. I think he's got a chance to get by him. I think they just realized they have to save more fuel. But I was going to say that he was lifting early but getting back to the gas in a way where it was not allowing the 2 car to get by him.
See, I would have done this much earlier. I would have gotten behind the 2 car. That's, you draft him, save fuel. If you're that close, that would have been a good move, I think.
Craig Biffle is pitted. Green flag stop with 10 to go, and you see what happens once Keselowski's out in clean air.
You know, you get to a point in a run like this where first you're trying to win the race, and then you're trying to save enough fuel to be the first car not to run out, and then you're just wanting to finish the race. So each lap goes by,